Let's look at stocks which are setting up for a momentum burst of 8 to 20%. So these are stocks which, if they break out, are likely to make 8 to 20% move in a couple of days because they have established momentum. In order to find stocks like this, you have to basically focus on stocks with established momentum. This particular stock has an established momentum on a 65 days basis. So let's look at this FRPX. See, the stock has been going up. It set up as an anticipation setup here, again set up as an anticipation setup here, set up as an anticipation setup, and now again setting up as an anticipation setup. Any breakout out of this can be 8 to 20% kind of a move. OHRP, another biotechnology stock, setting up very nicely near the high. Series of narrow range days, and yesterday was down on up only 0.49, 4 cents move or 3 cents move. So that's the kind of setup which, like, if it gets going, it can quickly reach 7 or 8. OPST, another biotechnology play, going sideways. If you can see, like, see, this is established momentum. LXRX, as you will see, there are a lot many biotechnology stocks which are setting up currently for a breakout. SWSC, this is a guns play which has had a good earnings and now going sideways. Any breakout can quickly go to 24. NetEase, recent earnings was very good, going sideways now. These are all stocks which are setting up in the market, which is like basically can break out any day. So you have ADMS, which is again another biotechnology play. Cytokinetics, another biotechnology play. Very nice setup. See here, very small range day. Point was down only 0.48. Orderly pullback. Weibo, which is a Chinese stock, which has had a minor pullback here of 4-5 days. Immunogen, XRS, which is another Chinese play. So you'll see that some Chinese plays, some of the medical stocks setting up very well. This is a very nice setup. NVRO, as you can see, going sideways, a consolidation. Any breakout out of this is a buy. VLRS, this is basically a airline play out of Mexico, and you will see that this has been like going sideways, and if you see it has the potential to make a big move here. This was a, I think, secondary, and after that it did make a move which was like around 13%. So any breakout from here can also be a similar kind of a move. Fonar, again, see, very orderly pullback on low volume, setting up for a nice move from here. First Solar, then you have GSDX, Genomics Healthcare, SAS, Seabridge Gold, again, like you'll see that it's going sideways. Accordia, this is a very nice setup, which is, I'm watching it very closely here. Like, this is the kind of setup you want, where 14% move it made in 7 days. So Sage Therapeutics, another biotechnology play. Walker and Dunlop, if you see Walker and Dunlop here, earnings then has had a very orderly pullback, so any breakout can probably take it to around 34, 35. Then your Extreme Networks, which is another good setup. Tyson Foods, which is an earnings after earnings, it had a breakout and it did make around 12% move, or more than that, basically around 20% move. Now going sideways. Your play, which is restaurant play, see, breaking out of this long-term consolidation might be a start of a new move. Sina, another Chinese play. Awave, Awao, which is a drone play. Sun Power, Abercrombie and Fitch. Then you have Zendesk, which is a very nice setup. See, series of narrow range day, 3 days, which is very like hardly made any moves for last 5 days. Any breakout out of this can be explosive. Then you have Ulta Saloon, where this was earnings. Earnings was very good. Since then it's going sideways because of the market weakness. The market hasn't been so good, but like, these are the plays which are likely to make big moves. Immunomedics. Then you have CSGS, Renault, Real Page. See, this nice move, and then now orderly pullback. You have Valero, which can break out of this consolidation, can be a big move here. Like, see here, Northrop Grumman, NOC. Then you have JD, which is another Chinese play. Genco Solar, Raytheon, another defense play. Then you have Interactive Broker, which is setting up any breakout out of this big consolidation will be a big move. Then you have Home Depot, just setting up nicely. Kroger, which had a good earnings here, large stock, float is 1.0 billion. So Palo Alto Network, orderly pullback. Then you have Viva system, which is setting up very nicely. Longer term consolidation. If it breaks out of this, it can be a start of a new move. I would like to see a high volume breakout out of that consolidation. Wendy's, then you have RLYP, which is another very nice setup where like high volume and going sideways after that. HealthNet, then you have SCLN. As you can see that there are a lot many defense and biotechnology stocks which are setting up for a breakout currently. So you have Huntington, which is another defense stock, which is setting up high price stocks, which is good if you're a larger sized account. Chengyu, which is Chinese play. Smart Financial Solutions, which is an IPO, and now see if it breaks out of this, this is going to be again another explosive move out of this if it breaks out. Baba, Chinese play. Holy Sys Automation, then you have Teva Pharmaceuticals, you have Amstar. There is no lack of opportunities if you have a well established method and a setup. um, Raymond James Financials, this is again setting up for a possible move out of this consolidation, longer term consolidation. Then you have AKRX, Dollar Tree, JP Morgan Chase, which is again setting up going sideways. Then you have Solar City, then you have Data, okay, ADTN, which is again setting up very nicely. Lions Biotechnology, then you have Magellan Health, Sally Beauty Holding going sideways. Then you have Finizar, which had a recent earnings or some catalyst and now it's going sideways. Then you have Dollar General, then you have MDVN, STKL, CAB, ATHM, which is a Chinese play. A lot of the Chinese companies are in a like going sideways and they are setting up very nicely for a possible breakout. Krispy Kreme donut trying to recover from this sell-off. Then you have PTCT and ENPH. Again, a lot of time stocks will have some catalyst or news and then it breaks out and then it goes sideways, sets up, and then offers you a very low risk entry and then the stock makes a move. So um, Match Group, which is an IPO, which is pulled back very nicely. This is another Chinese play. So you'll see that there is a proliferation of Chinese stocks setting up for a breakout. There's a proliferation of defense stocks setting up for a breakout, and there is a proliferation of biotechnology and drug stock setting up for breakout. So you have Extran, which is again an IPO. This is all IPO RMR. And then you have Gannett and Company, which actually I think might be a spin-off. So this is again setting up nicely. YRD, which is another Chinese play. Uh, Bexalta, there is a news out on the weekend, so this is a buyout candidate. So this is will likely gap up. You have PayPal, which is another IPO, recent IPO, going sideways. You have Run. So you have like 83 candidates I have in my watch list. So obviously there's a lot of stocks which are setting up, which tells you look there is underlying um, strength in the market. As soon as there is a breakout on these, you have to get in as soon as possible. The kind of moves these stocks can make can be quick, 8 to 20% in a couple of days, and that's called momentum burst. Like if you see here, like out of this it made a 15% move in just 3 days, or here it made a 15% move in another 5-6 days. So that's the kind of move which you're looking for out of these kind of setups. In order to find setups like this, you have to find stocks which have established momentum and which are going sideways and setting up for a possible breakout.